everyone, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. I have some really cute Valentine's decor I want to share with you. So let's get to it. The first one is a mason jar. I bought both of them from Dollar Tree. Now I'm just taking this elephant gray paint and I'm just going to paint this one mason jar with, I think I used 2 coats on this one. The second mason jar, I wanted to make like the cashew color. I didn't have the actual paint, so I just kind of like mixed yellow, pink, and a little bit of purple to get that cashew color. Alright, so they're both dry. So the one that's a cashew color, I'm going to take this moss. I used 2 coats on this one. So now I'm taking the white paint and painting over the elephant gray color. However, I didn't have any white chalk paint left over, so I had to use apple barrel white paint, and you can see how thin it goes on. I actually applied 3 coats. So now they're completely dry. Now I'm going to take some sandpaper and start distressing them. I'm using the Dollar Tree sanding block and 100 grit sandpaper from Dollar Tree as well. You can actually see the cashew color underneath. You can distress this any type of way you like. You can distress just the wording, or you can do little spots around the jar itself. So I grab a bunch of flowers from Dollar Tree and I'm just going to pull out a few and place them inside the jars. I'm starting off with this white rose and I'm going to start applying them inside. I already put some flora foam inside. So I'm going to be placing down a few of the pink roses, and I grabbed some of this boxweed that I got from Dollar Tree as well. So I like this color. I know it's not Valentine's, but I like farmhouse shabby chic style. That's why I'm always adding a little twist to my decor. So I'm doing the same thing to the white mason jar. I'm adding the boxweed, some pink roses, some white roses, and just to give it that little Valentine's color. So now I'm going to be adding some jute twine around the top of the rim of the mason jars. I'm adding the jute twine, wrapping it around a few times, placing down some glue, and then I'm going to be adding a couple Dollar Tree pearls to the front. So I decided to grab some material fabric and just cut some strips down and place it on the side of the mason jar to give it that little bit of a shabby chic. You know me, liking that shabby chic style, guys. So I'm taking a Dollar Tree wood heart and I'm just going to place it right on top of the fabric on the side of the mason jar, just to give it that Valentine look to it, because after all, it's a Valentine's decor. Now I'm grabbing these Dollar Tree pearls. I'm going to put 2 in front, although afterwards I do add a third small one because the spacing for the 2 just didn't look right. I think these came out really pretty, and I can leave them out all year round. And this is how they turned out, guys. What do you think? For this DIY, I will be taking Dollar Tree yarn and making a pom-pom wreath for Valentine's. So I will be using this pretty white scarf that I got from Dollar Tree around Christmas time. Instead of painting the little green foam wreath, I'm just going to place this around it. I was really surprised this scarf was a perfect fit. I didn't have to cut it, I didn't have to do anything, it just fit perfectly. All I have to do is just glue it down. And that's what it looks like once it's completed. It looks really nice. Now I'm going to take the little pom-poms that I made and I'm going to start gluing them all the way around. I'm not really sure how many pom-poms I made, but it did take me a little time to make them. If I wanted to guess, maybe 25-30 of them, I think. So the pom-poms are a variety of different sizes. Some are really small, some are medium. I really didn't make large ones because the little foam wreath was the smaller one. So now the front part of the wreath is completed. I'm going to be working on the outside part of the wreath. I did have to make some more pom-poms. I did run out. So I'm just going to continue gluing down the pom-poms until it's completed. This was a fun project, something different. I did add Dollar Tree pearl garland and wrapped it around at the end. All right, we're on number 3. This is going to be a really pretty wood heart sign that I got from Dollar Tree, and the supplies are from Dollar Tree except the black material I got from, I believe, Walmart. Yeah. So the first thing I want to do is take some Mod Podge, apply it on the wood piece, and then I'm going to apply the black material over the top. And I'm just going to be trimming out the material and cutting out the heart sign. I'm going to take another material that I got from Walmart. They were actually 2 for $1, I think it was. They're actually washcloths or dish towels or something like that. So I took this little Dollar Tree heart and I'm taking the other black and white material and I'm going to Mod Podge that down as well. So I'm going to be using this Dollar Tree trim. It's little hearts, and I'm just going to glue it all around the outside of the heart. It's actually pretty trim. It looks pretty. So I'm going to take the other heart and I'm just going to place it down right in the middle. So I'm going to be using these little loved wood pieces that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to place 3 on the wood heart and glue them down. So now I'm going to be taking a bunch of different types of ribbon from Dollar Tree and just going to put them together and place the bow at the bottom of the heart, and it comes out so pretty. Now I have my bows together. I'm taking some jute twine. I'm going to tie them off. To cover the jute twine, I'm just going to take a piece of that heart lace ribbon and place a little piece in the front. I did add a little bit of greenery, and I put a little piece of ribbon in the middle of the little heart that says love off camera. Now I'm placing it down at the bottom of the heart, and I think this came out so cute. So I want to be able to hang it, so I'm grabbing a Dollar Tree ribbon, and I'm just going to place a little glue in the back and create a little hanger. And this is how it came out. All right, moving on to the next DIY, the last DIY. It's a little wood heart that I got from Dollar Tree, and actually all the supplies here are from Dollar Tree. And these are what I'm going to be using. I'm taking this white apple barrel paint, and I'm just going to apply it to the wood heart light, a very light coat. And this Dollar Tree cake topper, it says Happy Valentine's. I'm just gonna coat it with the paint. It's called lacquer, just because it's too shiny. Just want to dull it down a little bit. So I'm just cutting out a heart on this lace that I got from Dollar Tree, and then I'm going to take some Mod Podge and apply it on the little wood heart. Now I'm going to be placing down this cake topper on top of the lace. So I'm going to be using this trim that I got from Dollar Tree. It's like little red beads, and I'm just going to hot glue it on the outside edges. So now I mixed a little bit of red paint with some water, and I'm applying it to the wood heart. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with this heart, and so I'm just going with it. I kind of like wiped it down with some water and some paper toweling to lighten it. So now I'm taking some plaster chalk paint and just gonna go around the edges and lighten up that reddish pink color just to blend it. So now I'm going to be using Dollar Tree ribbons. I'm taking 2 of them and just creating a little bow. I'm going to place it right in the middle. To add a little bit of greenery, so I'm taking some of Dollar Tree's green pieces that I pulled off one of their flowers, and I'm just going to hot glue it on the corner, and then I also am going to be using 2 little white flowers. I also added a Dollar Tree little pink heart right underneath the Happy Valentine's Day. So to create a hanger, I'm going to use Dollar Tree ribbon and just hot glue it to the back of the heart. And that was it. It came out cute, easy, and perfect for Valentine's. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. I do appreciate it. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.